All right, so when do you start faytech?
faytech, basically we started importing touch monitors by end of 2005, and in 2006 we had already quite some good distributors in Germany like ELV and Reichelt. But we still, let's say, were in direct competition because we sold under our own name and we sold with this name over them. So by 2008 we decided that we make our own brand, and we decided on faytech. And this is what happened. So the brand faytech started by 2008, and now it's how long? 5 years. We push for
officially.
Yeah, we push for the brand for 5 years.
5 years. So what did you do before that?
Let's start with myself, huh? You can say also some words. I started. I started 2001 doing media centers. So the idea to have a television with you can record, where you can watch your DVDs, Blu-rays, videos, movies, music, photos, surf the internet. But it was a crazy time. It was every half a year the complete market was changing, the standards were changing. And it was a fight against windmills, easily said. You can say we had developers in Romania, and we could never do the product finish. And that's what we said. By 2006 we switched and started concentrating on touch monitors. And that's my life before faytech.
Okay, can you talk a little bit about so you were doing media player business for how long?
5 years we did this. And we had some prominent OEMs like for Hirschmann, for Rollei, for Wähler. So we were in direct competition with Siemens. But what's that? It was really, I started this directly after university. Easily said, a far too huge project with far too less money, and it was a fight which we had to do. Yeah.
So huge project. What was it? Linux. On what?
We had our own Linux software. I can still give the open source to anybody who wants. So I kept the source once. I wanted to make an open source project out of it, but okay, no time for that.
The other story.
Are you a Linux hacker?
No. I would like to be. I was just the guy who built up his own PCs in free time, then started to do PCs for friends, make small installations while being in school and university for companies, and yeah, things like this.
All right, so you're here in Shenzhen. So can you talk about Shenzhen? How does it work?
I think it's maybe the topic for you because you are foreigner and you know something different for you.
We went 2008 to China. Basically, I wanted to go 2006 already, but my wife didn't want to have the chaotic Chinese companies working for. You can say in your words some words. No, don't. No? She's just listening to it. No.
Yeah, how about Shenzhen? What do you think about Shenzhen?
We went 2008 to China because we wanted to improve the quality of the touch monitors we imported at that time. And Shenzhen is a crazy city. It's like heaven and hell. We are always afraid about health, like food quality, like the pollution you have everywhere. But on the other side, I mean, you had pollution in the 70s in Germany as well. And I hope the Chinese government is able to improve that. The city itself is crazy. You have, I mean, a modern city with all its life, like in New York or any other, Hong Kong, any other big cities in the world. But you have the beach within half an hour. You are really at nice beaches. What we really do with our children on the weekends. And the same from where we are staying here now. In half an hour, you are in the mountains, where again the children can play in the mud, and we swim in lakes in the mountains where nobody is. Like you feel like you're in the nature, and there is no big city around. So it's a fantastic place, and for sure the city is full of young people. So you have a high energy, and people come here for working, and it's a strong spirit of working, building up things, and do something.
It's like a crazy business city, right?
I think that's a good.
And the technology.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, Shenzhen is young, but really is a high-tech city compared with Peking or Shanghai. So yes, for us, it's
the right place to be.
Right place.
So could you talk about the quality control with Chinese companies, working with suppliers? How does that? Is it a challenge or not?
We came 2008 here. Really, we didn't think at all about building up our own company. Easily said, we thought about, okay, we go a little bit to China, improve a little bit the quality, and enjoy our life with a housekeeper, and because we have young children and who helps us living, easily said. But after a year, we really had every stereotype fulfilled, easily said, what you have about China. And it's really, the problem is the understanding of quality and the knowledge, which is often missing in the companies. And that's why we said, okay, after 1 year staying in China, we visited over 40 factories. I think we visited every touch monitor manufacturer in China at that time. And we decided that we do it for ourselves. And that we keep the quality control in our hands, and that we can overlook it. It was from the beginning far more difficult than we thought, but and that's definitely also a great thing of my wife, who set up the complete organization. We have a complete ERP system which she knows perfect, an open source program, Xtuple, where we now have a standard license. And we have set up a good quality control, and with the ISO certification, I think this year, for us, we can say the 3 years crazy factory build up in China is at an end, and also quite a hard time.
So you have a system for component management, or how does that work? Like you have something specific about that?
We have first, let's say, we have really everything in an ERP system. So we now for now 1.5 years, in every production we had which parts were used from which supplier. And that's for sure already important. And then we have also on customer side, in Europe, for example, we offer a portal, and every defect which happens in Europe for also now 1.5 years is measured and analyzed. So we know about every defect which happened with our products the last 2 years, and that's a complete cycle. So we steadily check, we analyze, and for sure see that we get every day better. I mean, that's what we are working on.
So what's your plan for the future?
To have more time for the family. No.
Maybe double incoming, huh?
So we are still just at the start. Let's say we had the 3 years factory build up, and I think that we really did now. And now we really have to grab on the market share. There is the unique chance that we know in China, with the knowledge we have, what customers around the world want and what quality they want, especially for the Western world. And I think we are the right guys to realize this in China, to do the right quality. And so we have an advantage against other companies in China. We have a price advantage against companies like in Taiwan or US or Germany, because for sure we can produce here at far lower costs than anywhere else in the world. And so yeah, we grew the last 7 years every year by 50% in our business. And you saw Frank, we have now a foreign sales expert, what we so far didn't have. We didn't have any sales expert, as I said. So we hope that with the quality and products and people we have, we can speed up our growth.
So these products are kind of, you would say, industrial, this is industrial use. So what's the difference between doing consumer stuff and doing stuff like this? Or do you want to go a little bit consumer kind of, or not really?
No. We wanted to go to the industry. I always make the joke, you put on an industrial PC a serial port and you can sell it for the double price. No, it's not like this, but for industrial, it's and that's it. That's important. For a smaller company, for sure we can't compete with somebody like Samsung or with Acer or MSI, who produces in one spot 100,000 products. We would be crazy when we would try. But what we can do is that we listen to our customers, and that we make a perfect tailored product for what he needs. And for that, for sure, there are investments. Like say he uses it as like, for example, the company in his exercise machines. So they want to have for 2-3 years the same parts, the same components, and that's industrial. That you make a reliable design long-term available. Not that you can sell it now in quantities and who knows what is in half a year, but that you plan the products and components so that it's for 3-4 years available. And for sure, then from what you see directly between industrial and consumer is that the industrial has more connections. Like there is still a lot of serial ports needed, there's a digital input-output, there are special cable manufacturers, integrations, and that's what we are good in, that we tailor a product and give it to the customer.
And that market has huge potential for lots of things to happen in the future.
Definitely. It's a touch is now everywhere. It starts, and it's going to be more and more. I mean, it starts to be in the restaurants. You have it in the supermarkets. We had, for example, in Germany, more than 700 supermarkets installed with a kiosk where we put the technique. You go in, you can check for the receipt of the day, print it out, and go into the supermarket shopping for the parts of it. I mean, there are parts or. Like we have now in hotels installations of kiosks where the people get information about the hotel, or then very easy as supervising monitors in for example Siemens windmills. They steer and check how is the windmill running. We have the 8-inch with Cromwell in self-food machines, where the customer chooses which food he wants and gets it out. There are so many applications. One of our biggest customers is crazy. He makes how to say in English block heat plants for smaller houses, let's say multi-family houses. And now in this block heat power plant, he integrates our touch monitor for steering the regulating the heat in the house. So it's really getting everywhere. Or what's said in police cars in Tunisia, in Brazil we have over 700 police cars running with our 10.4-inch touch PC. We're now working on a locomotive to make a complete locomotive steered by a touch PC, and that's basically one of the most complex products we did so far. And I mean, this is a quantity about 12,000 locomotives who should be inserted with PC. So the market is huge.
So there's restaurants, there's shops, there's sports places, there's
machine.
Big, huge machine.
I mean, the typical machine right now is often with buttons or even some steerings, and they have a very low processor power, and this is now for sure all changing. So in large CNC cutout machines, there are now PCs in every machine basically. Is it another hospital? We have a hospital project, very interesting in Germany. One big company out of the packaging industry put on every working place on the assembly line a 15-inch touch PC from us, where now the people. Each working place sees on the 15-inch touch PC what he has to do. He can change, can zoom in. So especially in Germany, the complete automatization is going with it. Boats, we have now, with our IP65 high brightness line, we have now boat manufacturers who started integrated. It's very funny, we have one who puts again, a 15-inch high brightness in a boat and use it as navigation. The people are more creative than we know or we can imagine.
They're like, give us a screen, we need, and they have some crazy app, and it just works. Is that how it works?
Often it not just works, but we do our best that at the end it's like this. Right?
And so people can trust you differently than doing business with others, for example, in Shenzhen?
For sure, you shouldn't say any bad thing about others, but definitely for us, and we trust us now for more than 10 years already, and it's we want to stay to our words, and also, the market is small. You meet everywhere the same people. I mean, you know it. You are on every fair, right? You know slowly all the persons who are there. I mean, it's the people who are really doing or changing the market. That are not so many. And when you start once doing something wrong, for sure they know it. It's just one example. I still have projects from 2006 from resellers, the customers of my resellers. I still make projects for since 2006, and I now handle directly the business, and just the invoices comes from the old distribution partner. And often the end customers, hey, please, why I can't buy from you? But I mean, we grow with these guys, we grow with the sellers, and so we stand for our word, and that's not going to happen that we break that.